Hey everyone, and welcome to another AutoVio Auto Evolution video. In today's video we take a look at an American automotive legend. It all started with an underpowered roadster, and 8 glorious generations later, it's known as a highly capable sports car. The Corvette exemplifies the definition of innovation and is the world's longest running, continuously produced passenger car. It was named after a small warship, inspired a song by Prince. It was the feature car in the Route 66 TV show and was the storyline in 1978's Corvette Summer starring Mark Hamill and Annie Potts. Through its ups and downs, the Corvette has built a loyal fan base for almost 70 years. This is part 1 of the evolution of the Chevrolet Corvette. Be sure to like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you can be notified when a new evolution video is released. Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. 3, 2, 1, let's go. The C1. Chevrolet impressed the audience with the Corvette concept car shown at the 1953 Motorama event held at Waldorf Astoria and decided to produce the Roadster. Customers who rushed to buy the Corvettes in 1953 and 1954 were not happy with the car's overall performance, making GM to push the engineering department to deliver a better car, which finally appeared in 1955 as the Corvette C1. It was finally the desired car with the right look and a punchy V8 under the hood. When the C1 was released, Chevrolet attempted to sell the car as a direct competitor to the Mercedes-Benz SL300. The C1 Corvette was offered in removable hardtop and canvas roof soft top options. Regardless of which model, when the roof was off or retracted, the Corvette produced the image of a purebred roadster. The C1 featured an axle suspension in the rear which was stiff and unpleasant. GM would only produce 700 C1s a year so they could control the price and keep them on the more expensive side. Despite the higher price, the C1 sold very fast. The C1 Corvette was the birth of the most renowned American sports car. The C2. With the second Corvette generation, GM finally hit the spot on the sports car market, improving the vehicle in any way so it could match the performance of any of its European competitors. Chevrolet introduced pop-up headlights in the new narrow front end and also improved the brakes by adding front discs and a new independent suspension. Aerodynamically, the C2 has profiled front fenders that would channel the air so it could run with fewer turbulences. And thanks to a curved windshield and a long-shaped rear, the Stingray was a work of functionality and beauty. Although there was trunk space, it could only be accessed from the inside of the car as it didn't have a tailgate. The C2 steering wheel was also designed for drivers on the track using a 3-spoke wheel with gaps in the 9 and 3 positions. The C2 Corvette was also the first year there was an Z06 version available. C3. The C3 had the most extended lifespan in Corvette's history, and people considered it one of the most beautiful from the series. With the design inspired by the Mako 2 concept car, the C3 broke the rules of an American sports car. It was launched at the beginning of the muscle car era, but its look was like nothing else on the market. With hidden windshield wipers and pop-up headlights, the C3 T-top version was fitted with a small block V8 while the C3 Coupe had an option for a massive 427-inch 3-big block that pumped out 430 horsepower. GM knew that an open-top version was required, and the quickest solution was a T-top. It was the closest thing to a convertible, which was introduced later on and sold in smaller numbers than expected. When removed, the T-top panels could be stored behind the seats, leaving owners the capacity to still have cargo space in the trunk. Throughout the 15-year run, the C3 went through some changes. Different nose stylings, different rear styles, chrome bumpers removed, an added removable rear window to an upgraded exhaust. In 1978, the Corvette saw its 25th anniversary, and all Corvettes sold this year were given anniversary badging. At the beginning of the C3's run, a base price was $4,663. At the end of the run, the base price was $18,290, and in 15 years over 500,000 C3s were produced. C4 Corvette. The C4 Corvette was introduced at the end of 1982 and ended production in 1996. The C4 is known for its sleek look, massive V8 engine options that would produce enough power to plant you in the seats. Depending on owning the coupe or the convertible, There were 8 engine options which ranged from 234 horsepower to 305 horsepower. The C4 was also the first year where GM used reaction-injected molded plastics for the body instead of fiberglass and had a glass window as the hatchback. New technology at the time also allowed the C4 to have a digital heads-up display for the speed as well as the RPM. The C4 was designed to have precision handling and aerodynamics. The C5 Corvette. The C5 generation was a big improvement for the American sports car. Gone were the pop-up headlights and in was 50 to 50 weight distribution. With a sleek and low design, the stance of the Corvette was unmistakable. GM had kept its word to offer an exhilarating machine at a bargain price. There was no other car on the market that was as fast as the Corvette while holding an affordable price. The C5 was offered as a coupe, hardtop and soft-top convertible. The hardtop version had no storage for the top, so owners would have to keep that in a safe place while going roofless. The C5 had seen some weight reduction with a new hydroform chassis. With the option of a 6-speed manual or a 4-speed automatic, the 5.7 liters was upgraded for the C5 and would put out up to 355 horsepower. With its weight reduction and high torque, the C5 could put the power down quick and could outrun most cars on the market. The C5 Z06. The Z06 was designed as a high-performance sports version of the C5 Corvette and was introduced in 2001. Continuing the tradition of the C2 Z06, this new model was built to match the characteristics of its powerful 5.7-liter LS6 V8 engine. Those upgrades included a more rigid body style, an upgraded suspension, larger Z06 wheels, revised braking system and a lighter hardtop. While Chevrolet claimed the Z06 put out only 405 horsepower, the LS6 actually produced a massive 425 horsepower at most dyno tests. In terms of performance, the Z06 was in the same class and could compete with the BMW Z8, Ferrari 360 and the Porsche 911 Turbo. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey through time, please like and subscribe for more auto evolutions coming up.